I compared these 6 VPNs to see how they stack up when it comes to speed, streaming, apps, privacy, and pricing. I'm starting with speed because if a VPN slows down my connection, I'm going to get frustrated and stop using it. It's arguably the most important metric I want a VPN to do well in. I have a gigabit fiber connection and ran all my testing on Ethernet, and when I'm not using a VPN, I get around 800 megabits per second down and 900 megabits per second up. Every VPN I tested averaged at least 250 megabits per second down, but there were a few standouts that were so fast I didn't even feel like I was connected to a VPN. Those standouts are ExpressVPN, NordVPN, and Surfshark. ExpressVPN had the fastest download and upload averages. NordVPN and Surfshark had comparable download averages, but were a bit slower on the upload. Overall, ExpressVPN provided the fastest and most consistent speeds with their lightweight protocol, but Surfshark and NordVPN are not far behind. Now, one thing speed also influences is streaming. One of the most common uses for a VPN is streaming region-locked shows, especially while traveling. Every VPN except Mulvad officially supports streaming as a feature, though I did have varying success in my real-world testing. I tried to stream Netflix, Hulu, Disney+, and Prime Video from 6 different locations on each VPN. Included in that were 3 locations in the UK and Canada, so I could test streaming region-specific content on Netflix. Although private internet access officially supports streaming, they have streaming-optimized servers they want you to connect to. I faced a lot of errors asking me to disconnect from my VPN when I attempted to stream on Hulu or Disney+ from normal PIA servers. It did work right away when I was connected to the streaming servers, but they don't have these streaming servers in every country. They don't have one in Canada. The other 4 VPNs support streaming on all servers. My results were pretty consistent across these VPNs, though I did experience a few failures depending on the IP address. Surfshark was the only VPN in my testing that passed every test without a single issue. When streaming content, you're going to be picking a specific server location using the provided app, and some VPNs make this easier than others. ExpressVPN's app is refreshingly simple. Just launch the app, select your desired server location, and press the power button. In some ways, it's a bit too simple. I wish it had a trusted networks feature that would automatically connect and disconnect you from the VPN based on whether you're connected to your home network or another trusted network. This is an easy way to put your VPN connection on autopilot and not have to manually connect to a VPN every time you leave your house. But if you want to stay connected to a VPN at all times or just use it for specific sessions, the ExpressVPN app is straightforward. If you're an avid Apple user, ExpressVPN and NordVPN are the only VPNs in this video that currently offer a native app for Apple TV. This could be a huge benefit if you want to stream region-locked shows from your Apple TV, because if you're not using a VPN with a native app, you're going to have to set up your VPN on your Wi-Fi router. NordVPN's apps are still relatively simple, and they include the trusted networks feature I find invaluable on my phone. Surfshark's app is a bit more cluttered. You've got options for fastest location, nearest country, and recently used locations. To access the list of trusted networks, you have to enable the auto connect feature first, but they do have this functionality in the app. However, Surfshark's app is still user-friendly compared to PIA and OVPN. PIA has done a good job with their app given the amount of extra features they include, and we'll talk more about that later. You can keep it simple and select a server location and press the power button, or you can reveal more to access all of the features. I wish PIA would let you connect to what they deem the fastest location in a given country, because if you want to connect to a specific country, you have to select an exact location in that country, and some locations are going to be faster than others. OVPN excels here, allowing you to select the fastest server in each country, or you can manually select any server you'd like. OVPN has a simple UI like ExpressVPN, but also like ExpressVPN, OVPN lacks the trusted networks feature, and I find myself forgetting to use a VPN without this feature. Mulvad takes the cake for the nicest looking VPN app. They make it easy to quickly determine whether you're connected or disconnected from the VPN based on the color of the app's top bar, and you can quickly connect to any country or specific city. Unfortunately, while the desktop app does have an auto-connect feature, the mobile app doesn't. I hope any VPN companies watching this video put an auto-connect feature as one of the top priorities on their roadmap. It's such a simple yet invaluable feature, and I'm shocked that more VPNs don't support it. Another invaluable feature is that subscribe button. It's free to click subscribe and hit the bell, and the benefit here is that you'll be the first to know when I drop new videos. Now, the performance of a VPN is incredibly important to me, but perhaps the most important aspect of any VPN is privacy. How is the VPN going to protect your browsing data from prying eyes? Every VPN on this list has a no logs policy, meaning they don't store your browsing data anywhere on their servers. Every VPN also uses RAM-only servers, meaning there's no hard drive present anywhere in the physical server capable of capturing logs. Any VPN is going to claim that they have top-notch security or they're committed to protecting your user data, so ultimately you have to decide which VPN you're willing to trust with your data. Some users are weary of VPNs based in certain jurisdictions, claiming privacy laws are better in some countries than others, and if you get a VPN based in a bad jurisdiction, the company will be forced to hand over some sort of incriminating data on the user if ordered by local authorities. However, others say that this argument is pointless as long as the VPN infrastructure follows best practices of not keeping logs and using RAM-only servers. I take the stance that a VPN is to keep your internet service provider and public Wi-Fi networks from viewing your browsing activity, and it's also used as a tool to unblock content and view region-specific websites. So I'm not too concerned about jurisdiction because I'm not trying to hide anything in particular. I'm just trying to have a bit more privacy from every network seeing every URL I visit. In other words, I have the mentality that anyone can view my browsing history at any time, and no VPN is 100% bulletproof, but I trust that my VPN is going to help protect my privacy from prying entities like ISPs. With that being said, if privacy is especially important to you, Mullvad really stands out. They use an innovative method for creating an account. Instead of supplying an email, username, and password, they randomly generate an account number, and that account number is all you use to log in. It can't be tied back to you because there's no identifying information. It's just a number. And since Mullvad allows you to pay with crypto, it's possible to remain completely anonymous, never supplying personal information to sign up. Mullvad doesn't support streaming, so it's clear that their mission and focus is on privacy. Some VPNs like PIA have gone above and beyond, adding a lot of features for power users like split tunneling, DNS server selection, multi-hop, and an optional dedicated IP. It's hands down the most advanced VPN I've ever tested. If you want to route only specific apps on your computer through the VPN and the rest of the traffic through your home network, this is the VPN for you. There's also extra features in NordVPN that caught my attention. MeshNet allows you to connect to other devices and route internet traffic through them. So while you're on the go, you could be routing your phone's internet traffic through your home computer, and the IP address would show as if you're home. There's also a dark web monitor, though I didn't take advantage of it during my testing. Surfshark is also feature-rich, coming in behind PIA. They just added dedicated IPs as an option, and I'm really excited about this. I've had some issues with CAPTCHAs every time I do a Google search when connected to Surfshark, and honestly, this is a problem you can face with any shared VPN server. A dedicated IP is a way to fix that, so to have that option in a VPN of this caliber is exciting. Every VPN supports multi-hop except for ExpressVPN, and every VPN has some form of ad blocker and malware blocker option. This ad blocker functionality is new to ExpressVPN, and it's one of the features I've been hoping to see added for years. I could go on and on about extra features in each of these VPNs, and there's just not enough time to cover everything. If you have any questions about a specific feature, I'm always available to chat in my Discord server. I offer as much help as I can, and other community members can chime in as well. I'll have it linked below if you want to check it out. After doing these VPN comparisons for 4 years now, one thing is clear to me. The amount of competition in the VPN space has led these companies to constantly be innovating. I've seen significant improvements in many of these VPNs over the years, and it seems like the practical difference between the options is getting slimmer. Yet somehow, one of the largest differences between these VPNs continues to be the price. So what does each VPN cost, and which ones are worth buying? In the VPN industry, it's relatively common to see 1 or 2 year accounts pushed to get the best pricing. VPNs will allow you to subscribe to a month-to-month option, but you're going to end up paying way more per month than if you just commit to 1 or 2 years up front. It's also important to note that VPNs are constantly altering their pricing, and some VPNs may offer extra free months if you use affiliate links, so I'll have my links below to utilize if you want the best deals around. So here's a chart of the pricing for each VPN, and as you can see, ExpressVPN, NordVPN, and OVPN are a bit spendier than the others. Notably, Mullvad uses a unique pricing model. They don't offer a price break on 1 or 2 year accounts. You can only pay monthly, and it's just €5 per month. Since every other VPN uses annual pricing, I've converted the price displayed to an annual price in USD, but you may find it appealing that you can pay month to month and not have to commit to spend all that money up front. So which VPNs are my favorite? As I've alluded to already once in this video, the performance gap is getting smaller and all of these VPNs are improving. So I really debated which one to put as my overall favorite. Ultimately, for my usage, I look for a consistent, smooth browsing experience. And for that, ExpressVPN takes the win. ExpressVPN is like the iPhone of VPNs. It just works. I don't have issues facing CAPTCHAs or blocked websites constantly, and the speeds are consistent no matter which location I connect to. ExpressVPN also had fast upload speeds on every server every time, something I can't say about any other VPN I tested. However, two things are a big miss for me with ExpressVPN: the price and the lack of an autoconnect feature. If you want the iPhone of VPNs, that means you're willing to pay more for a smooth experience. But there's no denying that ExpressVPN is really expensive, and there's other VPNs that are almost just as good for much less. There's also no excuse for the autoconnect feature to be missing after all these years. ExpressVPN really needs to get with the program and add this. Surfshark packs a punch for the price. The download speeds are comparable to ExpressVPN, and it's the only VPN I tested that didn't fail a single streaming test. In my 4 years of doing this video, it is very rare that a VPN doesn't have at least one server location that has an IP address blocked when I try it on different streaming services. Surfshark has the autoconnect feature I love to see, and there's not much negative to say about it. I've run into quite a few CAPTCHAs and blocked websites when browsing with Surfshark, and that's my biggest annoyance with it. I haven't faced that issue nearly as much with ExpressVPN, and that's why I rated ExpressVPN as having the smoother experience, but Surfshark still gets the job done. Surfshark also offers a dedicated IP for $375 a month, and this would fix the CAPTCHA issues you'd face with day-to-day browsing. You would still be able to connect to shared servers to stream region-specific content, but your everyday browsing on that dedicated IP would be smoother. After paying for a dedicated IP, the total cost of a year of Surfshark is going to be close to ExpressVPN. However, a dedicated IP is superior to only having shared IPs at ExpressVPN. But what about the best VPN for power users? Well, if you're interested in split tunneling, multi-hop, port forwarding, and other advanced features, I would go with private internet access. It's the most feature-rich VPN I've ever tested. It's not the fastest and it's not the best for streaming, but it's an enthusiast dream. They also have the best pricing on a dedicated IP at $250 a month if you purchase it for the full 2 years up front. I find myself opening ExpressVPN when I need to use a VPN since it works so smoothly. But using a VPN is just the beginning of protecting yourself online. The truth is, even if you use a VPN, anyone can Google your name and get your personal information like your email, phone number, and even address. If you want to remove your personal information from Google, it's easiest to have a service handle this for you. Delete Me and Incogni are the two most popular services to do this for you, and I compared them in another video that you can check out here.